778 during business hours. Bird is the word. The 1989 VFL Premiership season is proudly brought to you by Holden, makers of Commodore, Car of the Year, Gillette, the best a man can get, CUB, one of the world's great brewers, BP, on the move, and State Bank. We never forget it's your money.
Only 4 weeks to the finals, and tonight Fitzroy plays host to Melbourne to try to keep its hopes alive, while the Demons return to Princes Park for another danger game after dropping the points last week to Carlton. At VFL Park, it was the Hawks' turn to take on the Blues, who've hardly put a foot wrong since Alex Jezelenko was catapulted into the coaching chair after their demise against the Bears in round 10. All the action from round 18 in Saturday Night Replay. Yes, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Night Replay. The countdown to the finals continues with 4 games today in round 18. Our coverage centring on the big battle at league headquarters between Carlton and Hawthorn and the matchup between Fitzroy and Melbourne, that game from Princes Park. Well, a few weeks back, the Carlton-Hawthorn affair at VFL Park wouldn't have warranted too much more than a passing mention. Now, with the Blues having won 5, drawn 1 and lost 1 by 3 points to Essendon since Alex Jezelenko took over, the side has certainly commanded much more respect. When these two sides last met at VFL Park in round 5, Hawthorn emerged victorious by 54 points after they booted 10 goals to 3 after half-time. It was the Blues' 5th loss in succession and sent them to the bottom of the ladder. Now, 13 rounds later, they're still entertaining thoughts of making the 5, and to do so, they had to knock over the top side. With me in the commentary box today, Ian Robertson and Ross Glendinning, and tonight we join the action at the start of the final quarter. Hawthorn is leading by 21 points.
We begin the final quarter at VFL Park with Hawthorn leading, but only by 21 points after they had an advantage of nearly 40 points late in the third quarter. Carlton have come back well. Madden gets the first punch away from the centre circle. It should be picked up by Hannah. Tuck right on his hammer. Good smother. Back it comes to Meldrum. Dispossessed quickly. A hurried hand pass comes out in the direction of Condon, but it's a Hawthorn kick. It'll go to Ray Jenke at half-back. Jenke playing his 50th game today for Hawthorn. Looks for Kennedy. Kennedy on centre wing. Chips it short. The target is Lawrence, who replaced Brereton late in the third quarter. Gives the hand pass back to Kennedy. Hawks didn't get that much out of Brereton today. Centering kick. Dunstall ducks back. Won't quite get there. Opposition from Bradley. Well, in soccer, that's an own goal. One behind the Hawthorn, 22 points the difference. Be interesting if they brought that rule in, wouldn't it, Ian?
It'd be fair play by Bradley there too, Pete. I thought he was could have been under enormous pressure.
58 to 80, Dean, who was shirt-fronted by Brereton. In the second quarter, Kennedy, Curran for goal number 5. It's not there. There's one behind. 23 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Dunstall still needs 1 goal for the magical 100. He hasn't kicked a goal down this end of the ground so far in the match. Dean this time to the outer side.
Kicks it out wide. McKenzie takes a good mark running with the flight of the ball. Bounces once. He's got a paddock in front of himself. All he needs to do is make sure the ball comes back to him. He's kicked now towards half forward. Kernahan punches away from Langford. And it goes over the boundary line for a throw-in. It's slightly forward of centre wing in Carlton's attacking half. Kernahan, it's as though he's going to do the ruck work against his opponent, Chris Langford. That's the way it's panning out. Langford bumps Kernahan out of the road. Platten gathers. He's caught with the ball, John Platten. Just gets his foot to it. Elvin gathers. Meldrum, somehow, little bit of space for Meldrum. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. It's dropping short. Matthews can't mark, but Kennedy, who's been quiet, but he's had 3 possessions in the opening 3 minutes. Tuck, up towards half forward goes Michael Tuck. Reece Jones, good mark over the top of Lawrence. And perhaps a little bit of experience showing out there for David Reece Jones. Little kick in short. Elvin, they haven't gained very much. Elvin will now. He runs onto the right foot and kicks it long out towards half forward. Verbeek can't mark. Condon has the ball. Verbeek the tackler. Platten didn't have it. Gleeson, the free kick was against Dew. So Platten, centre wing out of side, looking to chip it short. Now elects to go long, up towards Lawrence, but chipping in front was Reece Jones, and he takes another mark and holds up a promising Hawthorn attack. So Reece Jones, high ball in towards the centre, looking for Madden. The ball is punched away. Comes to Dippy Domenico. He kicks it quickly towards half forward. Kennedy and Whitman. But Kennedy gets the hand pass back to McKenzie. And McKenzie's direct kick towards half forward. No mark. Punched away by Jenke. Platten, where the ball normally is, on the ground, and Platten does it well. Kicks it wide. Here's a chance for Pritchard. The bounce, very good there for Pritchard. Back onto the right, back onto the left. Now the little kick in towards Dunstall. He can't gather the ball, but what a great attempt. It goes over for a boundary throw-in.
So Jason Dunstall still needing 1 goal for that magical 100. I'm sure he'd be thinking the win is more important than that at the moment. Deere tries to find Platten. Diving on top of it is Kennedy to nullify any Hawthorn gain. And umpire Peter Cameron will bounce it. Almost right on the 50-metre mark. 23 points the difference. Early stages of the final quarter. Madden and Deere. Won by Madden. Doesn't bounce too kindly for Meldrum. Dippy Domenico well tackled. Out to Platten. And the Carlton defence closes it up once more. And this time Peter Cameron will do it all again. A little bit further out from goal this time. The Blues possibly gaining a couple of metres. Madden once more. And he's plucked out a free kick. Had a good one some way. It was a real scramble there. Madden's got the kick at the half-back line. Kernahan, Langford, Gleeson, good tackle. Platten getting plenty of possessions early in the final quarter from left centre wing. Reece Jones in the road again. That's his 3rd mark. Almost in as many minutes. Just too experienced for young Lawrence. Relays the pass well onto Dean. Dean out towards centre wing position. Hannah, good tackle on Schwab. Back it comes to Pritchard. Pritchard in turn. Over the top has found Lawrence. A promising move for Hawthorn. Condon. Where's Dunstall at the back? Curran in front. Dean. Long hand pass. This is Bradley. Craig Bradley streaming downfield. Gleeson. Meldrum. Carlton into attack. Oh, Langford just couldn't get in front of Kernahan on that occasion. And Steve Kernahan, fine mark. 55 metres out from goal. Silvani. Yes! No! Kept in play by Murphy. No, it is not in play. The goal umpire indicating it's one behind. And so 1 point to the Blues to make the difference 22 points.
They've really got to kick a couple of quick goals. They don't have any impression this game. Hawthorn will just be keen to keep them out, obviously, to kick some goals, but this next few minutes vital for Carlton.
Yes, just waste a bit of time. The kick in by Ayres goes to the back. Meldrum can't gather, but Bradley can. Runs up to 50 metres. Craig Bradley, bang! Offline to the right. Gee, that could have been a pretty important one. They need something like that to give them a little bit of impetus, don't they, really? Gary Ayres again to kick the ball in, comes to the members' side. Great mark taken by Matthews. Gee, this boy's impressed in the brief moments that he's been on the field. Short kick looking for Silvani. No mark taken. Platten. Umpire Russo comes in. And Stephen Silvani a little disappointed with the umpiring decision. But I couldn't really see what John Platten could do.
In fact, he almost took the mark, you know.
Did too, yes. Was the man in front, of course. And umpire Russo will bounce 40 metres from the Carlton goal.
There's a Brereton on the boundary line, ready to come back on too, interestingly. Gleeson, Fraser Murphy. Silvani in front, Ayres at the back.
He's going to change Brereton and Lawrence again, Peter.
This is Ray Jenke at the right back pocket for Hawthorn. He's kicked it straight. Oh, I was almost going to say straight to Matthews. Through the glasses have looked that way. Matthews is pretty tall, but he couldn't gather it. It's out of bounds. So Brereton coming back on. Reece Jones picks him up again. Deere looking for a free kick. He might have got one this time against Madden because Madden was hanging onto his jumper. points. Target Curran. Good defence by Mackenzie. It's out of bounds. Curran's lost a boot. So boundary throw in adjacent to the interchange area. 17.5 minutes left in this match. Plenty of time for Carlton to get up. Madden on his own, down to Gleeson. That was bad play, Hawthorn. No manning up there. Kernahan and Langford. Langford looks for the front posse. Shepherd's for Jenke. Kennedy. Good tackle to Rui. Kennedy looking for a free kick. And will get one.
50 metres, surely, wouldn't it be?
Well, you'd think so, having got rid of the ball. The whistle had clearly gone. Kennedy must have just patted that ball in front of him. The tackle coming from Darui. Hard to see from this angle with the players back to us. But yes, Ian, quite right. It should have been a 50.
So John Kennedy takes the free kick for Hawthorn at the right half-back flank. Hugs the boundary line with the kick.
The high kick up towards the wing. No mark taken. Schwab. Great play there by Madden to just gather the ball while he was lying on the ground, and he handballs it over the boundary line. So we'll have another throw in. This time it's right on the players' interchange area. And Deere and Madden, they've really been struggling all day. Over the top, Matthews. Hawker onto Gleeson. Gleeson onto Bradley. Oh, Bradley's kick magnificently smothered by Tuck.
I said it in the first or second quarter that statistically he doesn't always have big games, but IG does a lot of that sort of stuff. Very effective.
Terrific, Michael Tuck. Dorokic doing the ruck work. Goes to Matthews. Matthews, quick kick into the pocket. Gathered by Murphy. Gets around Collins. Hand pass to Hawker. Hawker's kick towards full forward. Carlton mark Meldrum. 25 metres out, directly in front. And if he kicks a goal here, the difference will be just 15 points.
And if Craig Bradley's shot at goal earlier on was important, this one is vital. If Carlton have a chance to come back and try and snatch this game.
Meldrum. Drop punt kick. Stabs it and kicks the goal.
So, what's with the Lyland brothers? What happened to the wagon?
The Jackaroo is around the same price. With everything. Fuel injection, power steering, automatic if you want it.
Well, what are you going to do with the four-wheel drive?
Kakadu, Fraser Island. Give you a drive.
Yeah, wouldn't mind.
At the Melbourne Big, we believe there are better ways to do things. We leave listings open for months longer to make the most up-to-date buying guide available. We keep in touch with our customers to stop dead listings. We combine classifications and use bigger print to make the book easier to use. We didn't have to be Einsteins to know how to list all Melbourne's businesses in one volume. We might not look big, but when it comes to big thinking, we outweigh the heavyweight every time. The Melbourne Big. We're too smart to be thick.
About time we planned a little playmate for him, No. Don't you want to have another baby?
You know that I do. Don't you understand that these days we need my wages more than ever?
It's not right, is it? But there is an answer. We have to change the tax system in favour of families. With the Liberals, there'll be flatter and fairer taxes, actually biased toward the family. There is an answer.
Authorised by Tony Eggleton, Liberal Party, Canberra.
Late last summer, Peter Dale had to make recommendations to his chairman on his company's office accommodation for the next 5 years. Earlier that month, Peter met with the best people in property, Jones Lang Wootton. JLW prepared a complete portfolio of suitable properties backed up by the latest research and market analysis and assisted with the presentation.
Jones Lang Wootton.
In property, you don't have to hope for the best. Expect it. From Jones Lang Wootton.
If you have the technology to build antennae that receive clear signals from outer space, imagine how sharp that technology will make the images you get on the televisions and video recorders you also make. Samsung, the world's latest.
Carlton getting real close and about to mount a challenge. One senses Deere knocks it away. Matthews overruns it. Picked up by Bradley after Condon couldn't get rid of it. Ayres tries to punch it clear. Carlton into attack again. Another goal here and make things pretty interesting. Hawthorn has won 6 in a row. Only dropped 2 for the season. And they're really struggling here this afternoon, certainly at the moment.
15.5 minutes left, Pete.
Plenty of time. Dorotic with Ayres. Over the top is Verbeek, too tall. Platten, been Hawthorn's best player today. And jumping back into it is Matthews. Wouldn't have paid the mark. The umpire didn't either. Scooped out. Good knock away by Mackenzie. By Kennedy it was. Platten and Bradley. Madden. To half forward for Carlton again. Fraser Murphy. Ayres and Murphy. Ayres will try to pick it up and get it to the boundary line. Silvani looks for Verbeek. Centering kick might have been touched off the boot, that one. No, he's been paid the mark, John Dorotic.
Elvin on his own. It's, oh no, too late. Covered by Platten.
They'll get another vital kick for Carlton.
Played well, he has
been very productive, yes.
So John Dorotic, wrong side for a left footer. Great kick, tremendous kick for a goal. The Blues right in the hunt at VFL Park.
Well, that's his second goal. He hasn't had many touches, but 2 goals and a goal. He just kicked in a vital one. And his, along with Meldrum's, could give Carlton incentive to come back.
Verbeek's statistics, well, there's a bit of a lull.